Dynasty has been a word knocking around for much of this season at Manchester City. Not by the players, or indeed their manager, but it is a lingering idea nevertheless. Clearly it was not too far from Vincent Kompany's thoughts in the immediate aftermath of Sunday's title victory. Before he went out buying pints for locals in South Manchester, the City captain addressed the wider implications of Pep Guardiola's first league crown without much prompting. "It's not a dynasty," he said. "It's just one title. We're super happy, but there's still so much work to be done before this squad's full potential is unlocked." That is how Guardiola believes his players must react to successes. Kompany spoke of wanting to see the mentality of the squad, to see if they are able of being the first team to defend a title since Manchester United in 2009. They now need to press home their obvious dominance. It is how Guardiola's reign will be viewed in the long term. This season has been so mesmeric for so many reasons, but the foundations laid are for the heaviest trophy cabinet. Not just this. City truly believe they have a man to rule English football for as long as he wants to be here. We will see quite how revered he is in the quarters of power over the coming days and weeks as they gear up to visibly honor the Catalan's stylish football. Guardiola unquestionably has the tools to pile silverware up. He will be backed in the transfer market with at least 2 new signings and, in all probability, a couple more on top of that as well. Central midfield is the important area, and it will be interesting to see if City complete a W-turn and reignite interest in Shakhtar Donetsk's sought-after Brazilian Fred. A winger is needed to lighten the load on Raheem Sterling and Leroy Sane, with Riyad Mahrez having been desperate for that move from Leicester City in January. Whether the doomed antics Mahrez used to engineer a transfer blots his copybook beyond repair with Guardiola, known to have been disapproving of the Algerian going AWOL, remains to be seen. Regardless, City will spend in excess of £100 million in the coming months to supplement a squad that has already dazzled. Guardiola takes particular umbrage at any checkbook claims. It should be noted the club recouped around £90 million from player sales last year, and a glance at their purchases compared to United suggests a distinct difference in ethos. City have bought a squad, a young one at that. United, generally, have decided to sign stellar names. The money spent is not too dissimilar. They are contrasting styles and, at the moment, City lead. More is needed to make their mark in the Champions League, although the manager might be privately kicking himself at the way he approached the first leg at Anfield. For Guardiola, the fundamental hard work has been done. He has corrected key failing positions, although still fancies another defender, and significantly reduced the team's average age. This title win, and more importantly the style with which it was achieved and the outrageous gap between them and the rest, is a product of last season. Finesse is paramount from here. There is a clear trajectory to all this. The sweeping changes made from top to bottom last season were a product of Tchiki Begiristain and Ferran Soriano finally luring Guardiola to the Etihad, which had been the plan from day one. City are constantly searching for that next foothold from which they can climb. It is the case with Guardiola and was the case before him. Maybe next year, if we are sat here talking about another Premier League crown or perhaps even more in Europe, City will look back on this term as the start of something extraordinary. Kompany's comments suggest that is something very much on their minds.